Okay, we are on the road to Florida.
Tesla, but...
And full self-drive is active. Notice Kevin's not touching the wheel. It's doing everything. This is pretty cool. It's navigating parked cars.
We'll do check-ins when we hit the chargers.
Yeah.
Rather than try to do a long trip or something.
Yeah, yeah. I'll leave the 360 recording here for a while, but we're in low light and it's nighttime. We're going to be driving all night long. Well, we're going to be driving. I say that loosely. The car is going to be driving. We're going to be monitoring the cars driving.
So we're starting with 32%, which is 103-mile range.
So Kevin drove in from the Round Rock area, Austin area, and stopped a couple of times here and there for bio breaks, and the car has been running on that charge all that time, and now it's down to 30-something%. We'll stop somewhere along the way, but we've just told the car, take us to the, what is it, the
Vero
Home
Beach.
2 Suites?
Yeah, Vero Beach.
Yeah, Home 2 Suites in Vero Beach, Florida. And it's doing it. We're just watching it. Whoops. See, it saw somebody coming and it hit the brakes.
Probably can't see.
Yeah, it can't see past those stupid bushes over there, just like we can't.
Believe me, it can. I'll show
away
you
it goes.
So here, believe me.
Look at that. That's so cool.
You can see pretty good distance.
Now, is it using LiDAR or anything, or is it just camera?
LiDAR.
It's LiDAR. Okay.
Cool. LiDAR and vision.
That's cool. So we have a digital chauffeur for this trip to Vero Beach, Florida, to see the premiere of The Big Scoot. That's what this trip is all about. We're going to go see The Big Scoot. Now, spoiler alert, it already made it out to Amazon for streaming before the premiere, which I think is bad timing, but there may have been other factors involved there. But anyway, I've already seen it. I watched it last night while I was at work in San Antonio.
Fair.
I know, and I brought it on my tablet. I downloaded it so we can watch it.
No,
Wait, independently later.
You watched it already?
I watched it already. Can you believe it?
Oh my god!
Fair.
I couldn't resist. I had to do it.
No self-control.
Yeah, I got the.
So we're 48 minutes away, 46 miles, and then it'll tell us when we're ready to go to hit the next stop, or we can stay a little longer.
So it does double turns and everything, no problem. That's cool. I would be worried that it would curb check, but look at it go. Look at it go.
I got it set for hurry.
So it's going to be slightly aggressive in its selections. That's cool.
Yeah, it's on hurry.
It's on hurry. So don't dawdle.
It
Get
will
the hell
make more lane changes.
Right.
They're faster
Go around
lanes.
slow-bies. Yeah. So.
And it will speed.
Oh, it will speed. That's that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder how fast though.
Well, it gauges the traffic in the area.
Okay. So it'll stay with the flow more.
It'll
or less.
stay with the flow
Okay.
more.
I was going to say, if it doesn't have radar integration, then that could be problematic. So yeah, I couldn't resist the temptation to watch it last night when I found out that it was out. People on Discord were talking about it. I put up the link about a interview on San Francisco News about Corey Voss and the movie and all that. And at the end of that, the newscaster said, and spoiler alert, it's going to be available on Amazon for streaming. And she went, yeah, so I immediately went and checked, and yes, it's there already, which was a little odd, but okay. So anyway, I'm usually pretty careful about keeping the content family friendly on YouTube. I'll bleep out a lot of my 4-letter fun words. Corey had all of my raw footage, and she left all my fun words in there.
Well, it's
and I was the foul-mouthed guy in the film. So I'm sure.
Hey, don't spoil it for me.
I'm sure everybody else was pretty foul-mouthed, but
Or
they
Josh.
didn't submit all their raw footage.
Look, yellow light.
Yep. It didn't run it. Now this is not a Texas Autopilot.
No. Not
Yellow
Texas
means go
edition.
really fast.
No, yellow means I don't slow down at all, and
Right.
red means I got 8 seconds left.
Exactly. Stop signs are optional.
Go. Nope, it's gonna wait. Is anybody behind me? No.
It's doing its thing.
Yeah,
let it figure it out.
I think it knows it needs to get on the highway.
Yeah, so it's waiting for a clear shot to the left lane. Ooh, look at it creeping. Just like a human would. Meanwhile, there's somebody back at Tesla HQ that's tied into it, and they're remote driving it.
I doubt that.
In 1,000 feet, take the Interstate 10 East, US 90 East.
So, yeah, 42 minutes. So all the info is in here. It sees that I'm not looking at the road. So I've just told it.
Pay attention where I'm going, dumb you.
So the speed limit is 60. We're doing 76.
Let's stay with traffic.
And it's just going along with whatever's going on.
All right, we are Florida bound, Florida or bust. We're
back there, is that okay?
rolling. No, I'm fine back here. We are rolling Tesla full self-drive. It's doing all the chauffeuring for us right now, and we are Florida bound to Vero Beach for the premiere of the Big Scoot movie. Josh is shotgun. Kevin is in the driver / passenger seat right now, and we are just we're rolling. We're going to be rolling all night. It's about 18 or 20 hour trip. It's going to be fun, and the car is doing all the work. We're just
so when you get in, set the seat
hanging out.
However you want it.
okay. So the car is taking itself to charge, and we're along for the ride. And it's stopping at a
Road there on
Buc-ee's,
the left.
and it knows exactly where the charging stations are. And let's see if it takes us right to an available charging spot,
I think it'll just stop.
and then make
Oh,
us
wait,
do it.
It may actually. Will it back us in?
What's it gonna do? I think it's waiting for
Yeah, it's
you to
waiting
make a
for my
decision.
input.
Yeah, it's waiting for you to make a decision.
All right.
That would have been cool as shit if it backed in.
Yeah, it would have been.
And open the charging door. Feed me.
These are new chargers. I've never seen these ones.
They're fancy. They're bright red. Tesla.
Well,
So
those
we
are
get
the
to
old
stop.
ones.
Are the standard ones. Yeah, these.
Oh, really?
Back
These
here
are new. I don't know what these are.
Fancy schmancy ones.
So we're gonna go in and get some drinks and goof off inside
Well,
of
leave the
Buc-ee's.
camera on for a second.
Okay, I will.
So
It's
Josh,
going.
get out.
All right.
We just
Connect. I'm working remotely. Still doing a data recovery job for a customer of mine, and figure as long as I'm being chauffeured, I'm going to make use of my time.
and then we have right here. So the charge limit is at 100 right now. Baytown is going to charge 34 cents a kilowatt hour, and it is charging at 1,136 miles an hour, and we're already
Nice.
up 1 kilowatt hour already.
Wow, that is hardcore charging right there, man.
So 30 minutes remaining to continue trip. So we got 30 minutes.
Okay, let's go hang out for half an hour inside of Buc-ee's. Cool, man. So here's the Tesla feeding itself. Soon enough, we won't be necessary at all. We'll be totally redundant. There'll be the Tesla robots that will come out here as a concierge and plug in for you. All right, so here's the Buc-ee's experience. Yeah, I'm always in a hurry to go somewhere. Sorry, we're cutting the line here. Walking with purpose, there you go. So this is Buc-ee's. It is a souvenir shop supreme. I should go over here and show the full experience. He's showing his charge. Look at that, it's already up to 34%. What did we start at? 20?
14.
14. Wow, it's already getting like 15% charge. So yeah, they've got everything here. The snacks, of course.
I'm going to go to where there's real food.
Okay, we're gonna go down there to real food. Check out all the clothing, hats, shirts, shorts, everything you can think of. Phoenix lights, cool. These are nice lights. All kinds of stuff, man. It is a full-blown truckers road stop paradise for food, souvenirs, camping, anything you can think of. Hunting, rut kit, calls, all kinds of stuff. Oh, double wide sofa. Yeah, baby. Check that out. That's a big monkey. Man. They got all kinds of stuff. Anything you can imagine for hunting, camping, cooking out, everything. It's all good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the food. I'm not terribly hungry, but I am snacky. Cowboy hats. My God, this place is huge.
Here.
Beaver nuggets. Not gonna eat through that one too fast. Nice.
The only bag that'll last.
Yeah, exactly. The only bag that'll last. Steak. Are they stickers or maggots? They're magnets. Magnets. Cool. All right. So, welcome to the tortilla factory. Yeah. Yeah, I can't show you the bathrooms, unfortunately. Jerky wall, but you can get fresh jerky over here by the pound. These are the bagged items in whatever flavor or variety you can possibly imagine.
And they have
Wow.
0 sugar line. I don't like
Ghost pepper if you want to blow your ass out.
I don't like the jerky at Buc-ee's.
No, there are a couple of other places I actually think it's better, but you can get any old size and flavor and quantity you care for. Look at all this. You get all the different flavors down here. Dried sausage, you name it, man. They got everything. And then, you know, sugared nuts and fudge. Hey, you want some of my sugared nuts? You got everything you can think of in this place. It is a road stop delight. Woohoo! Yeah, 15 bucks. Yeah, I'll pass on that. But then you get over to...
You didn't even go to the knickknacks.
Yeah, there's knickknacks over there. Texas barbecue. And you get to watch them making it fresh right here. They load up the brisket, sliced brisket, chopped brisket, whatever you can think of. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have a chopped brisket sandwich.
Yeah, that's that.
Sliced brisket, no. I like the chopped brisket because it's already got the barbecue sauce in it. That's what she's making over there. I'm gonna wait on one of the fresh ones. Oh, you got your melt that you were wanting. Fried apple pie. I wonder if it's really fried the way we used to like them.
I would love one of those, but
Barbecue turkey.
the size is what I want.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna wait on some of that fresh chopped brisket over there. I want one of those. Looks like she's making more right here.
You want the
Is she doing pulled pork or what? What?
You want the strawberry?
I like the strawberry banana. Give me 2 of those if you don't mind. Well, I'll follow along here. Why not? Oh, wait. Gotta show this. We got more sweets all along the run here. God, look how big that is. Woo! Get that with a Lipitor and a stent. Nice. Ooh, that looks good. Pecan pie. All right, this is what I was going to show you. You get drinks. Every kind of soft drink you can imagine, and then some. All the fixing stations are over here. Ice, coffee of all kinds, tea, you name it. All right, what else? This is where we get into the sauces and canned goods. You got all kinds of different hot sauces over there. You've got pickled quail eggs, if that suits your fancy. Spicy pickled eggs, beans, garlic. That's actually good. I've had that. You got habanero garlic. No, that's pretty much it. Those are good for me. I'm gonna get one of the pork sandwiches or barbecue. They have honey and meat seasonings and all kinds of stuff, and they've got jellies and all kinds of good stuff. Look at that jalapeno jelly, apple butter, apple maple and bacon jam. Yeah, okay. All kinds of hot sauces. Everything from just flavor to blow your ass out and wish you were dead. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. We got it in grenade bottles. Yep, you betcha. Okay, and then here is a drink wall with everything you can imagine, and then you get on into alcoholic beverages down here. Wine, if that suits your fancy. All right, 6:30 a.m. We're still rolling. We're in the edge of Florida now, heading across the long stretch. Got about 7.5, 8 more hours. 420 something miles. Crestview is where we are. Yeah. Stopped for our 5th recharge. We're going through a lot of angry pixies because we're hauling ass, doing 80 plus. But we're getting there. Okay, Vero Beach, here we are. We made it. It's about 18 hours later. I don't know how many miles. About 1,200 miles, not that far.
About that.
Yeah, about 1,200 miles, something like that. Anyway, this is our turn up here, and we are going to be arriving at the hotel in 0.7 miles. Well, no.
0.9.
Yeah, 0.9. There we go. Almost there. Vero Beach Outlets.
Oh, look, we're right next to a steak and shake.
Nice. Yeah, I'll get me some beef tallow fries. Good stuff, man.
There it is.
It's the place. Turn and come back to the logo.
Now turn right onto Americana Way.
Is that it? Okay. Is that it? No.
Wants us to go in this way.
Okay. The car's driven us all the way here. It's doing all the work.
Didn't touch the wheel once. No, we obviously did a few times.
Nope, that's a one way.
500 feet, turn right to stay on Americana Way.
This is it.
Tell us where to go.
We had, what, 8 recharge stops?
About that.
And we were chewing down a lot more pixies than we should have been
Now
going
turn
so fast.
right to stay on Americana Way.
Seems like the place.
We are here.
That's the place. That's the place, that's the place.
It's to the left.
Now your destination is on the left.
Went to the wrong place.
It missed. It put us in the
It
Comfort
missed.
Suites parking lot.
Because it's right near
Yeah,
the
it's,
hotel.
yeah, it's so close. So we're gonna have to.
We'll take over.
Yeah, we got to take over and go to the next parking lot. It did pretty good. It did pretty good.
It's within walking distance.
It must have thought that these were joined together.
They're both owned by Hilton. No, they're not, are they?
I don't know. It's a good question. Look, a lizard. Probably see iguanas out here.
I think
What do we got
that's
straight
what it
ahead?
was.
Mm-hmm.
Little
So
Vespa.
scoot. They're staying there. That's home too. So we're over here. They're over there. Yeah. Okay. So we're already checked in, right?
Yeah.
We just have to get room
Walk in?
keys. Yeah. Room keys, and upstairs we go. Take our bags and.
People that just squeeze parking spots.
Is it a charging station right on the other side of this? What's on the other side? I see transformers.
That's a
out here.
trash. Oh.
Those transformers. Looks
what's
like electric car charging. It's electric car charging. Nice in the parking lot. Not a supercharger, but check
Hilton
their,
guest use only. Perfect. I'm gonna go to this one.
check their rates. Is there like an interchange
It's free.
between services? Oh. Free? How's it free?
You're a guest.
Is it free for guests?
We'll double check, make sure.
Auto parking. Thump.
No problem.
All right, we have arrived. All right, we made it to the film festival. We're grass parking today, and Theater Guild right here. We're trying to get here in time for the 10 a.m. Some comedy shorts or something like that are starting at 10 a.m. and we don't know how to get tickets. We're going to find out. Kevin does these things somewhat often, so he kind of knows the routine. Got to find the box office, buy tickets. We think it's per event ticketing, so we'll find out. Well, there's a line.
How are you?
Box office. Okay, get your passes, programs, and t-shirts here. Cool. All right. So we got. Excuse me. 10 a.m.
Yeah, you did. Each one. I think Hey!
We're going to go for 1 o'clock movie, but how do we get tickets for the coming in?
When you say you're filming, what does that mean?
I'm one of the guests for the Big Scoot. I'm in the film. I've got passes for that, but we didn't know how we buy passes for the other stuff.
Can we just open buy free
Yes.
passes? That would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, done.
Yeah, we can do
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
Cool.
just get the girls 20.
As long as...
So we just slip somebody a $20 bill.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's room. There's like 100.
Awesome.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Body.
It's a nice theater. Cool. All right, find a spot. 3 together, if we can find 3 together. It's like we're, yeah. We're in the nosebleed seats, but that's all right.
No.
Okay. Can I sit next to you? Sure. All right. Ugh.
Yeah, I think they're, it's just like 4 or 5 short
I'm
films
losing all my stuff.
all together,
Yeah, too many.
and they're all comedy themed.
That's cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're watching 7.
7, all right. All right, welcome all. We're getting ready to go in and get seated for the showing of the Big Scoot Theater Guild here. We're going to be in Black Box, which is this side. We went over there earlier. Now we're going to this side. We're going to go in and get seated, and yeah, going to be good fun. Oh, we get prime seats. Are we special?
We're going to try and get them.
Are we special?
It's very small inside.
Oh, okay. Is it smaller than the other one that we were just in?
Yes.
Oh.
Tomorrow we're in the big multiplex.
Okay. Well, we'll be here tomorrow, so maybe we'll go to that second one.
So I'm really excited. Another sellout room here. If you know, I'm sorry, this is not.
You want to try the other mic?
Try the other one.
You can hear just talking.
Hello, this is much better. Okay. If you know someone who's missing this right now, it is going to be again tomorrow at the Majestic Theater. It's also a wonderful theater to see this film, but I like this theater because I love how cozy it is, and you get to be right here with the screen. So I really felt you're here. So for those of you who know, or those of you who don't know, this is the Big Scoot. It's 180 riders on scooters travel coast to coast across the United States on back roads with nothing but scooters. So, and there's all different stories that happen along the way, and the Rosses documented all those stories along the way. And so there's one man riding in memory of his best friend, another is a rookie testing his limits. I remember seeing some that maybe those scooters shouldn't have been on the road, but they were anyway. So you're going to really enjoy this film. But before we get started, there's a few things that we need to share, that we share at every venue. Today we're in the Black Box, and we are sponsored by Barker Air Conditioning and Heating. They sponsor all the films here, as well as the venue and our volunteers t-shirts. And saying that, that's another big thank you that we need to make. Our volunteers are here to make this all happen. We really appreciate Theater Guild, and we really appreciate you all being here. I just want to know, because I was told that a bunch of people who have scooters were going to be here. Who here rides a scooter? I saw one out front. I'm hoping to see more over at Majestic tomorrow. Does everybody have a ballot? Yes. Okay, so you need a ballot?
No, we got one.
Oh, we got it, okay. So we need you to rate the films. You rate them 1 to 5, with 5 being excellent, 1 being fair, and you make your choices where it goes. You give filmmakers a big boost when they win the Audience Choice Award. So that's it's important to do that. And then I also want to thank you all once again for being here, and enjoy the film. I just do? Yeah. Your husband? He said no. No, she did. Okay. Loved it. This is so much fun. How do you decide that you're going to follow your husband across the country and film it?
Yeah, good question. Wow, first of all, thank you.
Oh, thank
To the film festival, Vero Beach Film Festival, and the army that it takes to put this on, it has been amazing. And such an honor to be recognized, so thank you. And a quick shout out to the writers who were here. Stand up. There's QuasiMotard.
Actually, why don't you just all come up?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. You recognize these folks? So Steve had a motorcycle most of his life, and then he bought a Vespa. And a couple of years later, he said, I want to ride in Cape Canaveral. And I said, what is that? And the more we learned about it, just the more amazed I was by this event. Like, and this community that comes together every 2 years. So I'm a reporter / journalist, video journalist for all of my career, over 25 years. And I thought, I can take my camera, I could do this. Let's see what happens. And I followed along, not knowing what it would turn into. Yeah.
So how long did it take to pre-plan this? Like that take, some people think, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna take my camera and go, but I know you couldn't have done it that way. What was the pre-planning process?
Thanks. I bought a bunch more batteries. I practiced. I would go out to a street and I practiced following motorcycles going by. And like that didn't work, or what if I just stay here? What does a low angle look like? What can I get? What can't I? I got better at flying a drone. Practiced that all the time at the local high school. And met some of the writers in advance that have been part of this community for a while. Learned about Bill Leuthold and his ride on behalf of Ken Wilson and Riding Ghost. Learned about Barry Donovan, who had done this before. Carl Frazee, who had crashed. And so reached out to them by phone and said, would you be willing? And they all said sure. So those interviews were done the day of the tech inspection, the day before they actually took off. And then other interviews I picked up along the way with Aaron Bartlett, QuasiMotard, and Scott McCracken, who's here, who crossed Texas. And then it was catch as catch can. And I want to give a huge shout out to 5 or 6 writers, my husband included, Quasi, who at the end of this said, would you like my footage? Right? Because otherwise I was just on the ground and I would race ahead in my Tahoe and come up the trail behind, in front of them and catch them. But when they said, take my footage and see if you can use it, then I went through every second of the footage. And that's how I found the turtle. How great of a moment is that? And Seth Hershey, who got lost.
That was awesome.
What happened here?
Ended up back at the same
I
gate.
told him, what? And he goes, oh, that was a bad day. I said, can I use that? And he goes, yeah, sure. And that was the first part of this that ever got stitched together in editing, because I saw a vision for it. It was pretty clear. So.
Do the riders typically have a camera on them, and how do you wear your cameras? Like, what do you wear them on your body, on your scooter, or what do you do with those?
All of the above.
Yes. Yes is the answer.
Yeah, wears a helmet cam here. Also, awesome narration. That was QuasiMotard who went down on day 8.
Thank you. It hurt.
He said he was going to duct tape the. Yeah, and so that footage was phenomenal, including the beauty shots, right? As you move across the desert, the starkness of the desert into just the glorious green on the East Coast.
Towel talk.
Towel talk. Yes, towel talk. Is that like a regular thing that she did, or?
Every night, yeah. And she shared that with me. I interviewed her at the start. Very funny, right? Just anyway. But then I said, did you do any live shots or anything? She goes, I'll just send you towel talk. That part, she's like, what fresh hell do you have? And then there's so many sayings that we say every day in our house. That's one of them. And then the other one is, this is awful. Which is Barry Donovan going through the frame.
Do we have questions from the audience? Okay, I knew there were these questions.
Actually, I have a comment. I just want to say it was beautifully done, and one of the things that I enjoyed was the sensation of riding through the country along with you. It felt like I was moving, and I love the way you did that in your editing. It was really powerful. So thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say that the music, background music was
Editing was fantastic.
I just wanted to say, fantastic film. How many hours of footage did you have in total? And then what does that look like when you edit? I mean, sitting in front of a computer and you have, 300 hours of footage? You see what every second. That's unbelievable. Great job.
Thank you so much. I never knew what this would be. And Steve kept saying, if it ends up being nothing, that's okay. Because I would wake up in the middle of the night like, I don't know what to do with this. And it was, eat an elephant one bite at a time. So it would be, sit down, I have 2 hours, I'm gonna log Quasi's day 3. And I would just sit and do that. I would reach out to so-and-so. I found David Mass. I was Googling about Ken Wilson. Who's Ken Wilson? And I know Bill adores Ken Wilson, and he was so loved. And that's when on YouTube I found that interview that David Mass, Life on Two Wheels, had done. And I reached out to David Mass and I said, can I use this? Because here's Ken Wilson. And so I'm rambling, and I apologize for that, but it was a process over months and months and hundreds of hours, and just let's see what it becomes.
How long did it take you to go from, you started the editing process to it actually being finished?
Yeah, that was, I showed the first cut to Steve, so it happened in June. On Valentine's Day the next year.
Oh, wow, okay.
And we did a viewing, and I was so nervous about it, and he turned to me and he goes, "You've really got something there." And I felt, because what matters to me most is to honor the event and the writers. Like, I took great response. That was so important to me. And especially as a journalist, the shots are true to the day. I didn't put things out of order because they worked better. I was true to what happened.
I love that.
And that was important to me.
So who maps out the route?
Yeah, that's the organizers, and David Bednarski has led this since 2016, and he comes up with the route. And I should have someone come up and talk about the one that's gonna happen this June.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from Oregon down to, Steve, do you wanna come up and talk about that? But they map it out, and the organizers work really hard, yeah.
It's actually David Bednarski and Barry Donovan who's in here, Carl Frazee. It's a process of their wicked minds trying to make a route that is challenging but rewarding, and they pick out the bonus points and the control checkpoints and things like that. So I'm going to ride it again this year with some nervousness as I think about it.
Are you one of the 49 that hit every checkpoint?
Yes, I am.
Oh, man. Good job. Good job.
So actually, I found that interesting, is that only 49 were able to do everything. So I thought that was, and only half, like slightly more than half, could actually get all the way across the country. So.
Yes.
That's what your distribution looks like. Do you have distribution set up for this?
Yes, actually, Amazon Prime picked it up. So that's super exciting, because that means the writers and the community get to see it. So I'm excited about
It's going to show again tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So definitely recommend this to people. It's tomorrow at Majestic at 12:30 at Majestic Theater. So we couldn't get everybody in here, so just let people know it's tomorrow at 12:30.
Big theater.
No, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, we're on our way to the private dinner. We're going to have 16 or 18 of us hanging around with Corey Voss and her husband and a couple of other cannonballers that have come along for the trip here to see that premiere. And we're just going to sit around at this, what's the name of the restaurant?
Pomodoro Grill.
Pomodoro Grill. It's an Italian restaurant. So should be good fun. We'll sit around and trade war stories on scooters, and I'm eager to talk to Corey about the production stuff, how that works. Talking about charging stations. I'm fascinated with the whole behind-the-scenes production of movies, you know, how that really works. I know there's a lot more involved to get them out as far as distribution and all that, so let's see what I can find out on that topic. Okay, the lighting sucks, everybody, but welcome to the Atlantic Ocean. We are here coming across to the water because SpaceX is going to launch in a little bit. Check out the full moon. It is a full moon, kids. SpaceX is going to be launching off from the north there, Cape Canaveral, and it's supposed to fly kind of this direction. So we're just hanging out after dinner, looking for rockets in the sky. Okay, SpaceX is launching. We're seeing fire on the horizon there. There it is. They lit that candle. Zoom it up a bit, see what we get out of that. Ooh, that's hard to do with the wind blowing.
Wow.
We won't hear it for quite a time because it's 50 miles away. start hearing it here soon. It's gonna fly right by us. Track it freehand here. It's tricky. It's tricky. Let's see if there's enough light to zoom. Here we go. Oh man, that's hard to cut. Freehand. I'm doing this freehand, people. Can't hear it yet. It's moving fast. I'm having trouble tracking. And I'm standing on a ramp that's angled, so I'm losing my balance. Oh, I lost it. Oh, we lost it. Must have gone into some cloud cover. Oh, man. Now we're starting to hear it. Let's see if we get out of the clouds and get another view of it. Oh, I see it. I see it. It's right up there. I don't know if I can capture it.
That's what you got.
Ooh, it's hard to do. Getting blown over. It's still tracking. I turned it off. I stopped recording last time like 3 seconds before it exploded in the Starship launch. I'm going to keep recording it as long as I can watch it. That is 10 power zoom as far as I can go. That's all she wrote, kids. I'm about to fall over and it's about to disappear. You can just barely hear it over the crash of the waves. Can't believe I'm freehanding that thing and it's still so far away.
I can't even read it, so come on.
I'm still tracking that thing at 10 power zoom. I can still see it. It just cleared up. It really cleared. Clouds must have blown out. Now I'm off into the moon, and the moon is going to blind everything. Yeah, it's going to focus on the moon now.
Yeah, this is the 2025 Cannonball launch. There you go. I was saying earlier, now we need the one in Brooklyn and South Contract.
All right, well, here's the Cannonball crew. Watching SpaceX launch. Yeah. Yeah, there's the booster dropping away below the moon. I finally could retrack it here. 10 power zoom. Booster's falling away, decelerating. And it's going to go back. There's a launch platform out there that's going to recover it?
Yeah, can't follow the ground.
Oh, it went behind clouds again, dang it. It'll relight, but if there's clouds between us, yeah. No, it's not down yet. It's too high up still. I think we just had some clouds between us. We can't, no visual anymore. It's too low on the horizon probably, or we had clouds between us.
Oh, I got it right here.
Yeah, you got it on the phone, but yeah, there you go. Cool.
So I thought it was a big deal when I drove my Volkswagen Beetle across country. Filmmakers, want to come down? So I know you've done this before. So we're going to ask you to repeat it. Start from the very beginning. How did this happen?
Well, I'm emotional to see this, all of you here. So thank you for your support of the Vero Beach Film Festival, which is amazing, and the Big Scoot and the other films. I learned about Scooter Cannonball because my husband got a Vespa. And about a year later, he said, I'm riding in the Scooter Cannonball. I said, what is that? And the more I learned about it, and we learned about it, it was like, this is an incredible story. I'm a news reporter, video journalist for over 25 years. And I thought, I think I have the skills to go along and document this. And so I took my camera, drone and tripod, and I got in our old Tahoe, and I called the organizer, David Bednarski, who's here today. Yeah. I said, David, can I do this? Do you mind? And he goes, good luck. I said, okay, thanks. And off we went. And I met some of the writers in advance by telephone, contacted them and did those lengthy interviews beforehand, the day before at Tech Rescue. My son helped me. He's a graduate of Chapman Film School, and he was there that day and the morning of that they took off. And then he had to leave, and I was on my own for the 8 days. And at the end, if you'll notice, all the shots, we call it the heroic angle, where it's low shot, looking up at them, and the riders look really grand. My arms were so tired, I couldn't hold my camera up. And that's why those are low angle. But I want to thank, in particular, all of the riders. But there are 5 riders in particular that at the end said, do you want my GoPro footage or my helmet cam footage? And I said, yeah, sure. And looked at every second of that footage, which is glorious, right? It puts you in the seat. And then those nuggets of the turtle, or Seth Hershey, who gets lost. I called up Seth. I'm like, Seth, what happened? He said that was a really bad day. You know, and crashes. QuasiMotard is here. Aaron Bartlett is here. He went down on day 8. And in fact, would the writers stand, please, that are here? Bill Luthold, Ken Wilson's Scott McCracken, Mike Halbert, the greatest people in the world. So that's kind of how this happened. Came home, it took months and months and months and months and months to log and put it together. And I'd say to my husband, I don't think I can do it. And he'd say, you don't have to. Just take the pressure off, and if it turns into something great, and if it doesn't, that's fine too. So that's the story.
So it's challenging enough to just go cross-country, right? But you're filming and going cross-country. So the big challenges.
Ooh, the big challenge is waking up. I'm not a morning person, but we started early. And if you were chasing the taggarts, you got up at 4 to get them. And then it was, get people leaving and that kind of thing. And then I would drive ahead. I'd hit the interstate and I looked at the route and studied the route, and I kind of knew places to stop maybe. And I would go backwards up the hill and then catch them coming down. And that's how I caught the sandpit day, the road, the mountain. And then Beaver, Oklahoma, come on. So just wonderful people along the way that were just willing to share their stories. Yeah.
Any questions, if I can see you guys? Anybody? Yeah.
Well, this is more about the actual race. How old was the oldest driver? And is there a prize? If you win.
There.
Is the
Mike
oldest
is right
rider
there.
Right here, Mike?
Yeah.
Mike is there.
I was 79 when I did that, and 70 when I did my first one, and God willing, in June, I'll be 81 for the next one.
All right.
Where's the next one?
Any other questions? Back there? Hey Doug, back there?
Okay, hold on, here we go. Like I'm at a talk show.
Great. Great film, by the way. Where can I get a copy?
Here's the great news. Amazon Prime has picked it up.
And then a question for the riders. Having done a trip across country on a motorcycle was challenging. What type of, did you bring extra tires? I mean, how often did you change tires?
Let me bring David Bednarski up, and also my husband, Steve. Because you have the rookie, my husband, then you have David, who's ridden how many now? 7.
And the question was preparation with tires and other gear, I think. Yeah, the maintenance on a scooter is about 3,000 miles. Every 3,000 miles you need, in this type of event, new tire, typically a transmission belt, oil change. So the event falls between that, almost intentionally between that sweet spot of 3,000 to 4,000 miles. So some will try to sneak through and get it done on what they started with, but most will stop about halfway through and change things out.
A date. I can speak to that on getting into makes. I rode a Honda, and a Honda Forza. I rode it from Satsuma, Florida to the start to South Carolina and back to Satsuma on one set of Michelin City Grip 2 tires. Now, when I got home, I thought I could see the threads on the back one, but that's it. And then I didn't change anything. But again, it depends on how you prep it, how you run it. I wasn't running the fastest because I'd already gone down in the Badlands once and had to sit out a day. But it's all in preparation, tell you the truth, and route planning. Trick tracks follow Dave's original route, and it works.
All right.
Here's one. I just want to know personally, how did you guys handle it? I don't understand that.
I still don't understand it. It was, when we crossed the Mojave Desert, it was 116 degrees. You drank a lot of water in that shot in the desert. You might have seen me pouring a bottle of water down my shirt. You wore clothing that wicks the perspiration away and almost acts as a radiator. You just get through it as fast as you can and drink a lot of beer to refresh yourself that night.
And hope that you don't break down like I did.
The desert was probably about a 5-hour crossing, I would guess. Yeah.
And that was day 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah. On average, how many hours a day are you on the road?
Anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day. And most of us didn't stop. Speaking for myself, I took Cliff bars and a big jug of water, stopped for gas. That was about it. What about you, Dave?
Same thing. Yep. Eat in the morning and keep going. Stop for gas and some bag of peanuts.
Back there, I think. All the way back there.
I just wanted to know how you, there are a lot of places in the United States where we don't have cell coverage. Like out in the middle of the desert, if somebody broke down or had a crash, how did you deal with that?
That's where the event is so great, and I can't tell you how much credit Dave and his team deserve. They have a support truck that's trailing everybody. A lot of folks here have their own personal support trucks, otherwise known as their husbands or wives, trailing them. But Dave's organization with the hook up your phone, people wherever they are can track you with a cell phone or a computer. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, a lot of the riders do carry satellite-based beacons that send up their location, and we hook into that, and you can see on a map where everyone is. And a lot of credit to all the other the husbands and wives and partners and spouses that ride along in the event. They do a tremendous job in getting everybody to the hotel that night, and the community really comes together in the parking lots and getting everybody back on the road for the next day. It's about finishing and getting everyone, you know, to the finish line each night and ultimately to the other coast.
What's the route for the next one?
The next one starts in June. Seaside, Oregon, all the way to South Padre Island, Texas. So about every 10 years we do a sort of a diagonal through the Rockies. So it'll be 8 days, just a tad under 4,000 miles, a lot of technical riding on this next one. So you can follow that online.
How do you get all the maintenance needs, the parts and everything that break down? How, if you're in the middle of nowhere, how do you get all those things?
A lot of riders will carry things that can be repaired on the side of the road. The support trucks do carry some additional items, but it's back roads, so there are not a lot of dealerships or other places to stop. It's you carry what you can repair and hope you don't need to.
Back there?
Oh, right here. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm thinking about whether there were races like this before the cell phone, number one. Number two, I worked in Africa for a very long time and started in 73 to 96. And there was the Paris to Dakar race, Jeeps, from Paris, straight across the Mediterranean, through the Sahara Desert to Dakar, Senegal. And I was in Senegal, or in the middle of the Sahara, several times when these Jeeps went through. It looked like it was through a war. It was incredible, like they'd been bombed. But there were no cells. I'm just thinking about how they ever managed these things before there were cell phone communications. I can't fathom.
They had paper rolls.
Let me just tell you too, as hard as the riders had it, she had it harder because she had to be up before the riders took off and stay up until the last ones came in and she got the last interview. I was so pissed off that I was in the same hotel room with her because I didn't get as much sleep as I would like. But the work that went into this film, not only the 8 days, but the months and months and months of one-man crew herself. She did all the fundraising for it herself to pay the cost. And so to see all of you enjoy it here, she deserves all the credit.
We almost got divorced on day 8. When I said, before you leave, I'm interviewing you. And he said, no, I'm done. I need to focus. I said, no, you don't. And that's when he said, I'm emotional and emotionless. If that makes any sense.
And it was true.
And it was like, no, it makes no sense, but it was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Are these trips always 8 days in length?
8 days always?
Between
8 and 10. This next one is 8 though, right?
It'll be a very long 8.
A long 8, yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked the woman with the towel chronicles.
Oh, I said I liked the woman that did the nightly towel chronicles, and I was just wondering if she finished. I kind of missed that.
She did. She finished late, and I was not there when she finished. And I followed her towel talk afterward, and she was really down to business. There was really not about the moment, if you know what I mean. It was like, now I'm going to get home and I'm going to do. She's great. She's hilarious, isn't she? Just love Limfrist. Yes. Yeah.
I'm just curious about why there were so few that were able to get all the waypoints.
It was my first year and I decided that was my goal. I didn't care what my time was. I was going to stop and get every checkpoint, every bonus point. Scott McCracken, who's here, Mr. 5-Day, and all. He was also a rookie and took the same approach. Some of us are in it just to get all those bonus points and checkpoints. Others are truly in it to win it. We were tourists, and that was my whole goal, to see America in a way that you couldn't otherwise see it. Some people chose to skip bonus points just because they thought their speed would make up for the points lost, but you can probably talk about that more effectively.
Yeah, the bonus points are purely optional. Some of them are really placed in challenging areas, or they add quite a bit of additional time to get to. A lot of the scooters are just smaller. They're 125 cc's. Other bikes are closer to 300 cc's, so they go much faster. Or maybe not so much they go faster, but they can handle elevation changes a little bit easier than others. So it really varies by rider, the type of bike, and as Steve said, reasons for participation. So you don't, to be considered a finisher of the event, you do not need to ride really any of the bonus points, just the 3 checkpoints that we have between the hotels each day. So that really adds to the bragging rights to get to all 50 bonus points in addition to those checkpoints.
Last call.
Hi. Do you have any prerequisites or qualifications people have before they start out on this, or they just...
Great. Insurance, a working scooter, and really the right attitude and spirit to do the event. The people that show up, really want to be there, and I think Corey's film captured that quite well.
All right then.
Thank you.
Get behind the bikes.
All right, cool. Let's get this picture.
And I'm excited because they have...
Bikes are too tall, they'll cover it.
All right. Yeah, whatever.
Dave, you're better. All right.
Here for the photos.
I got him.
Yeah. These pictures are just terrible. No, you're good. I'm short, so. Yeah, Motor Vista.
Oh, I love that.
Motor Vista.
Go in there. Don't worry about it.
George,
No, go.
George, get in there.
All right, well, we're hitting the road. We just finished the second showing of the Big Scoot. Today was at the Majestic Theater on a much larger screen, better sound system, much better viewing experience. The first one was at the Black Box, and that was a tiny little screen, but yeah, it was great to see everybody. We had a bunch of riders show up again. The second one, the organizer of the event, Dave Bednarski, was able to attend the showing today. He got in late last night. We all had dinner together, and yeah, it's a fun trip. Never been to one of these. It's pretty neat. We are on our long trip back home now. It's going to take us 18 plus hours. We're hoping to be in noon-ish tomorrow. Kevin will be getting in probably about 3 o'clock. We're 2.5 hours closer than he is, but yeah, first stop is going to be a little over an hour away at a recharging station, and we've got like 7 more of those along the trip. So 18 hours of letting the computer do the work here. All right, we made it back. It's, what time is it? 9:10?
8:57.
8:57, so 9 o'clock. We made it back from Florida in about 20 hours, roughly, because we left about 4. No, it was because the movie didn't start until 1:30 there. Or no, 12:30, and then it finished out about 3 after all the stuff. So we hit the road about 4-ish. So yeah, did all right. Made it back in about 18, 19 hours. Tesla did great. Quite a few stops because we're running fast, but you know, that's life. Haven't calculated the economy yet. We'll have to look at all the all our stops and what our kilowatt consumption and all that was to try to equate it to miles per gallon or MPGE. And yeah, here's the that's what the bug said. Anywho, catch y'all later.